This simple 15-minute strategy can make you hundreds or even thousands a day. And the good thing is that it doesn't rely on any complex setups like ICT. This strategy only requires 2 lines on your chart, backed up with some risk management, and this can pass you any prop firm challenges or work towards your first payout and remove all the noise in your trading. Now, I can understand that some of you guys may think that this is too good to be true. However, I'm here to tell you that the simplest solutions often deliver the best results. And this is exactly what this strategy is about. It is 1, simple. 2, it happens every single day, so you will never miss a setup. And lastly, 3, this is a very simple strategy that anyone can learn. Whether you're just starting out as a beginner, this strategy can potentially help you kickstart your trading career. So if this sounds good to you, then I highly suggest you watch this video all the way to the end, because you definitely do not want to miss out on what I am about to show you guys. Now let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into the breakdown. Firstly, what you need to know is the initial balance, or also known as IB for short. The initial balance is the first hour after the New York Open. So from 9:30 to 10:30, this is the first hour of the New York Open, and this is when the IB starts to form. So it starts to form at 9:30 and it finishes at 10:30. So this is exactly 1 hour after the New York Open, and this is when you will get your IB range, or your initial balance range high and your initial balance range low. So yeah, as you can see over here, I have an example of the IB range breakout. So before I show you guys this strategy on the live markets, I need to show you guys a markup, or like an example of this strategy. Now, you need to understand that you're not going to be placing any trades before 9:30 or from 9:30 to 10:30. You're not going to be trading you're not going to be placing any positions during this time. You're only going to be trading after 10:30, which is once the IB range has been formed, and you're going to be taking this breakout above or either below. So as you can see, from 9:30 to 10:30, during this 1 hour gap, what you want to be doing is you want to be marking up the highest high in between this range and the lowest low also in between this time frame. So from 9:30 to 10:30, whatever is the highest point on this hour and the lowest point is your initial balance, right? So in this case, from 9:30 to 10:30, once again, this is the highest point that it's been at, and this is the lowest point that it's been at. Now, to actually place any positions, what you want to do is you want to wait for price to either break to the upside or to the downside. So in this case, we have an example of it breaking to the upside, and this is exactly where you take your long. So you take your long exactly where the IB high is, and then you want to have your stop loss just at the midpoint or the 50% of the initial balance. So let's say it's here. This is where you will be having your stop loss at the 50% on the initial balance. Now in a second, I will go over the live markets so you guys can see how this trade performs in real markets, but I just needed you guys to see how this strategy actually plays out. So now that you've understand that, I will be going over this strategy on the live market. So let's have a look on the nearest day. We are currently in replay mode here. I am also currently using a initial balance indicator from Edgeful. As you can see, there's many other indicators on the initial balance that you can also find that are free. You don't have to pay for this. So yeah, don't worry about that. You can also mark up your own ranges. However, I just like to have the indicator to make it a lot more easier. Now, we're going to be trading this on the 15-minute time frame. You can trade this on the NQ or the ES. Once again, your stop loss is going to be at the 50% of the IB or the initial balance, and your TP will either be 50 to 100 points, or it could be more. However, that is the sweet spot that I like to aim for, in between 50 and 100 points. This can pass you multiple prop firms, get you multiple payouts within this range, because 50 to 100 points happens almost every single day, and you can definitely not miss out on this one. As you can see over here, we have a live example. This current time here is 9:30, so we're not going to be trading anything yet. We're just going to be waiting for the IB to form, which is now. As you can see, now we have our IB range high and our IB range low. Now this is when you're going to be taking a trade. You're going to be waiting for price to either break to the upside or the downside. And as you can see, this line in the middle, this is the 50% of the initial balance, and this is where you're going to be having your stop loss. So let's see where price breaks. It may not break just yet. As you can see, it doesn't break just yet. However, you want to be patient and you want to wait for a break to either the upside or the downside. So let's just speed this up for a bit. Okay, as you can see, we are heading towards the upside, and there we go. Here we have broken to the upside, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking exactly at this price at 23,264 and 25 cents. Now you're going to be placing your stop loss just below these lows here, or the 50% range of the IB, and let's say you target the psychological number of 23,400 even. Let's just say that is our TP. And yeah, so this is exactly how you trade the strategy. So let's play this out and see how it plays out. So we do chop around for a bit. However, I believe we do eventually come up into these highs. Speed it up. So yeah, as you can see, we do eventually come into these highs at 23,400. As you can see, this is a very nice 1 to 1.5 trade, also 135 points, so that is, you know, exceeding our 100 point target, which is very nice. So yeah, let me go over another example for you guys. I'll just remove all this. Now once again, as you can see, 9:30 is here, so we're just going to be marking up our vertical line, as you can see, and we're going to be marking up at 10:30 a.m. on the Eastern time. Let's play it out. Our range is currently being formed. This is our highest point and this is our lowest point. So yeah, now this is our lowest point and this is our highest point. This is the 15-minute time frame. So after 10:30, you know, you could either just flush right through. So you want to make sure you're quick and you're reactive to these market moves. So yeah, so as you can see, this would have instantly triggered you into a short. You know, you can either take a stop order, set a stop order below this after 10:30, or you can just place a market position. However, for strategies like this, I like to place stop orders just so I can get the best possible fill I can. Sometimes placing market positions, you know, you can get the nearest quote and you can potentially get bad fills. So I like to place stop orders because it is more accurate. So yeah, as you can see, we would have been tapped into a short here, targeting, let's say targeting 100 points, or, you know, let's aim for a bit more. Because this strategy is very good and it delivers every single time, almost every single time. Obviously, no strategy is 100%. However, this strategy is almost guaranteeing you a payout or passing your prop firm. So yeah, as you can see, once again, we have our stop loss just at the 50% of the initial balance range. And let's see how this trade goes. As you can see, we do eventually come into TP. We did come really close here, about a couple points away. However, you know, I would say this is a TP. You know, like, let's just say this is a TP. It does eventually come in, but, you know, as you can see, very minimal drawdown or no drawdown at all. You know, we do have this slight pullback. However, as you can see, if you hold this trade throughout the whole day, then you will definitely catch 150 points on this day. So yeah, as you can see, very simple strategy that anyone can trade. Very beginner friendly. And it doesn't require so many fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, SMT, divergence, and all that nonsense. You know, this is only 2 lines on a chart and just pressing buy or sell with your stop loss, risk management, and your emotions intact. And, you know, you can potentially make hundreds or thousands a day with this strategy. So yeah, let's go over one last example before I wrap this video up. So I'm just going to place my vertical line at 9:30 over here, just so we know when to stop. Okay, cool. So 9:30 is here and 10:30 is over here. So as you can see, if I zoom in, this is the highest point of the IB range and this is the lowest point currently of the IB range. So let's see if we do make a lower low. Okay, we didn't make a lower low. However, we are looking to head towards this upside. So let's have a look at where price heads. So as you can see, we do break this level of the IB high, which is at 23,285. So this is exactly where you'll be triggered into a long, or, you know, you'll be entering a long with your stop loss just at the 50% range of the IB, targeting once again either 50 points or 100 points. In this case, you know what, let's just target 100 points below the 23,400 even on the Nasdaq. So you can see if I play this trade out, instantly hits TP within an hour and 15 minutes. So yeah, 100 points with one con or one contract on the Nasdaq. you will make $2,000 on this trade. So $2,000, you will easily pass your prop firm challenges, get you that first payout, and allow you to trade with very minimal stress. Now, wrapping this video up, if you like this strategy and you like the way I trade, then you can join me every single day in the live markets just before the New York Open, where I post alerts and I have 20 hours of video content on all the strategies that I trade and all the concepts I trade, even the psychology side of trading. Then you can join me down below. I'll leave a link in the description to join the premium Discord. It's £54 a month, or 50% off if you use code FLASH50 at checkout. You can get 50% off on your monthly subscription. I'll leave all links in the description below. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys.